Hey, what's up, everybody? So today I'm going to be talking about something that there's a lot of confusion about this subject. A lot of people are unsure about what's going on. Like, is Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain, are they different games? Are they the same game? What's the deal? What's going on? Because there's surprisingly a lot of controversy on this subject. I've talked to a couple of you about it and in the comments and stuff, and I just decided that I'm going to make a video about it and kind of try to figure it out. Because, like, I've been researching it and stuff, and I've been trying to figure out, are they the same game, are they different games? If you type in Google, like, the question basically, are they different games, like, you can just see, like, the shit ton of people that have posted in message boards and shit. There are even, like game writers and shit, like, people that host game blogs or whatever, that are writing about it. They're saying they're different games and stuff, and apparently there are also separate trademarks for each Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain. So at first I was thinking they're different games. Like, in the initial release, when they released the Ground Zeroes trailer and the Phantom Pain trailer, my initial thoughts were that, you know, Phantom Pain was going to be like the console game, and Ground Zeroes was going to be like a Vita game. Because I do know that PlayStation is trying to, like, amp up the Vita and, like, give it more portable stuff. So what better way to do that than create, like, a smaller Metal Gear game, put it on the Vita, and then you have the console version, Phantom Pain. Maybe package them together, stuff like that. It'll stimulate Vita cells and stuff. So that's initially what I thought was going on, but it would seem that Ground Zeroes is going to be on the PS4, and so is Phantom Pain. Like, from what I've seen, I'm still not 100% sure. It could go that way. I'm not, if it does, like, that's the only way that makes sense to me. Because honestly, think about it. Have you ever, in gaming history, ever heard of, like, two games being announced at the same, like, two games of the same series being announced at the same time? Like, I've never heard of that happening. I don't remember that. Like, you announce one game and then you announce the other game, and apparently they're planning to release at the same time, from what I've read. So if they are two different games releasing at the same time, then it's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot, because most people are going to buy one game, so it's going to affect the sales of the other, and it's just going to kind of cause a bunch of bullshit. So the only way it would work is if they'd have to release one game and then they have to release another. Now that's saying that if they're different games, and that's what I really wanted to try to figure out. And the best way to do this, if you're trying to figure it out, if you're trying to look it up, this is what I did. I just said fuck it on the Google stuff, because like I said, there's tons of articles about how they're different games and why they're different games, and they're part of different project groups and all that. But I just said fuck it, and I looked for the official Metal Gear Solid 5 website. That's like, I'm going straight to the source, straight to Konami. It's like, what does the official site say? Does the official site, like, identify them as different games, or what? Well, first I looked up the Metal Gear Solid 5 site. It takes me, like, the link that pops up is Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain site, so I go to that site. But just for, like, kind of being analytical, I type in Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes official site. Well, there is no Ground Zeroes official site. Usually when you have different games, you have different sites for them. Or at least if it's Metal Gear Solid 5 and they're claiming that it's like a combined experience, it would just be called the Metal Gear Solid 5 website. It wouldn't be called Metal Gear Solid 5 the Phantom Pain website. Then, once you get to the Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain website, they've just released the new Ground Zeroes trailer that's dubbed in English, and I'll probably be talking about that later on. Yeah, if you go down and you look at the panel, it identifies Ground Zeroes as, like, it says Metal Gear Solid 5 the Phantom Pain, Mission Ground Zeroes, like, opening mission. It calls it the opening mission, so it sounds like it's part of the game. Like, it sounds like it's the same thing, like, it's the opening mission in Phantom Pain. So it would imply that it's the same game. Like, that's what I think. Like, that's what it says to me. Because it doesn't make sense that like if they are separate, then there's no separation in the official websites. Like, it's identifying itself as Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, like the official website. Ground Zeroes is a part of this, but it's not identifying Ground Zeroes as like a separate game. You know what I'm saying? It's just, so at this point I'm thinking that they're both the same game. They may have been developed by different teams. They may, like, but if you look at Ground Zeroes, like from what we've seen of it, it doesn't seem like there could be a lot there. Plus there are some things that kind of cross over in the two trailers, because one thing that's been bugging me, during the Ground Zeroes trailer, basically, you're in that, it shows that one, like, military base where Skullface is, and he's talking to Chico. But you find out later that Paz is supposed to be there. And, like, that's what Snake's there to do. He's there to extract her, and Chico, whatever. But if Paz is there, so Paz is playing in this portion of the game, like in the Ground Zeroes mission. So if they're separate games, then, Paz may appear in Phantom Pain, but it'll be a different thing. Well, in the Red Band Phantom Pain trailer is actually the only trailer you see Paz in, because you don't see her in the Ground Zeroes trailer. You see her at the very first. It has to be the Red Band trailer because the other ones cut this part off. But it's basically where she's got her like stomach cut open, and they pull that like package out with the peace sign on it. But it looks like they're still like in the black site or something. And Chico, I think he's there helping like hold her down and stuff. So it's like, if they're still there, what's going on? Like, that's what's confusing me, because it's like, because this would be, and this is before Snake has the shrapnel in his head or anything. So it's like, it's before Outer Heaven gets destroyed. So Phantom Pain takes place after the coma. So what is this part? Like, why is this part of the Phantom Pain trailer and not part of the Ground Zeroes trailer? You understand? Like, it doesn't make sense unless they're the same game. It's like, I mean, that's just what I've looked up, what I've found out, and I'll put a link below, and you guys can check it out for yourselves. And what do you guys think? Are they the same game? Is this all just like smoke and mirror? It feels like it's just smoke and mirrors. Like, Kojima's there's just so much, like, there's so much mystery around this game with everything, and it's just like, it's one of the weirdest releases ever, because like, I've never had so many questions about a game that like easy questions, like, are they the same game or not? And even that's kind of just shrouded in uncertainty, because you're not 100% sure either way, and the information doesn't seem to be like really clear and direct. Like, show me box art for each of the games. Show me like 2 different games, or show me one game. But like I said, I think they're one game because of, like I said, the official site. That makes the most sense to me. If you have any opposing opinions, or you agree, or you have any information that I may look at or whatever, or you want to share, go ahead, post it below, post video response, whatever. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.